Imagine a world where the line between the virtual and the real didn't exist. Where esports being played in a stadium now meant actually seeing a game of FIFA being played on a real pitch. Or where empty acreage can now be seen and interacted with as the city of the future. These experiences are not only possible, they're here. My name is Kevin Hart, and I'm the founder and CEO of Aireal. We're a location-based augmented reality company. At Aireal, we created the ability to place content anywhere in the world instantly so you and others can interact with it as if it's actually part of your real world. Aireal transforms the way that we work, the way we interact with teams, the way we learn, simply how we engage with the world around us. There's a lot of different methods in which our technology can be applied. As Sam even mentioned, there's a lot of different verticals. We've done a lot of things in sports. There's other applications for utility, architecture, real estate that I'll elaborate on here shortly. But there's three ways that our technology can be applied. The way you're seeing here is that we can tie augmented content to dynamic objects, meaning objects that move. With this example in F1, we can bring the broadcast experience to live events. This means that fans in the stands can hold up their mobile device and actually see the same information they would see on a television broadcast about the drivers. They can see who the driver is, the speed, even what position that they're in. Now, moving over on the sports side, but more in a utility application, using another way that we were able to identify content is how you tap to place content. Technologies like AR-Kit and AR-Core require you to hold up a device, scan in an environment for roughly 30 seconds to detect features for content to be placed. With our technology, when you tap to place, it recognizes the coordinates you're tapping at and places content no matter what time of day it is, no matter what lighting conditions there are as well. We just signed a deal with the PGA to actually help them with their ShotLink technology. ShotLink at every hole on a course requires you to have cameras, lasers, radar systems, and roughly 10 volunteers per hole. With our technology and how we're able to tap and recognize coordinates, we're providing our technology so that they can hold up a device, tap the ball, and tag the coordinates so all that data can go back into the ShotLink system and then help the consumer see the ShotLink experience while they're at the live event. Now, something that's interesting about our technology that Sam even alluded to is the other verticals where we're getting a lot of traction. A lot of this is in real estate and architecture, whether it's commercial or residential. We have the ability to pull in CAD models that architecture is used to create buildings like this or even homes, and allow people to actually anchor them at the location before they're ever built, walk in them, learn about them, and even customize them and interact with them as if they're actually part of their real world environment. This is the ultimate visualization tool and allows people to see how it can be within the real world. Now, adding to that traction, we've done, as I mentioned, a lot in sports. We've done work with Shark Week for the Discovery Channel. That's the entertainment side. We've also done work with the College Football Playoff, Dallas Mavericks, Arsenal in the UK, Nike just signed a deal with PGA, and we have a few others that we're excited to announce on that side. But we are also on the utility side of things as well. For instance, we are the AR provider for the Smart City Initiative at Ericsson. This is key because at major cities, we're pulling in GIS data so that city workers can hold a device, look at the ground, and actually see the pipes in the ground with millimeter level precision. This is something else I'll talk about here shortly. But they can literally see the water line, the sewage line, as well as the electrical line. They can tap on that pipe, get information about it from the IoT sensors that are in those devices. This allows them to be more efficient and effective with their work on a daily basis. We're bringing this technology to cities like the city of Fort Worth as well, and a few others that we set this pipeline up for. Now, I mentioned that we do have the proprietary technology. We have been granted the patent on the ability to place content at longitude, latitude, and altitude coordinates. This is unique to us. This is global. We've filed throughout the US, all of Europe, and Asia as well. Now, something that's on our future plan that we've also been granted the patent around that makes us unique is the ability to sell volumetric digital real estate. This is essentially the domain name of the real world, where one day you'll be able to purchase airspace by the cubic meter to place your own experience in, and then use our existing metric system that measure over 70 different metrics in real time related to human behavior, engagement, and geointelligence to be able to contextually update your experience for your target audience. And then lastly, we have 7 other patents that are pending globally that help control the location-based augmented reality market and affect the overall experience, including concepts like environmental effects, where we know where content's placed, we know the time of day, so we know the position of the sun and can cast real-time shadows. We also pull in hyperlocal weather data down to a 2-block radius. So if you were to, for instance, anchor an augmented flag outside and there was really a 20-mile-an-hour wind to the east, that flag would appropriately blow a 20-mile-an-hour wind to the east applied to it. So we go back to our common denominator of making sure that everything looks like it truly does coexist with reality. Now, I mentioned a little bit about various areas of our competition. We have Apple's AR Kit, Google's AR Core, and Snapchat. We have multiple variables across here with like markerless technology. Everybody has had markerless technology in some capacity now. It all started out with image or marker-based recognition. Infrared technology came out, which limited you to outdoor environments. Now everybody uses computer vision in indoor environments that requires you to scan. But not everybody has the outdoor functionality. One of the things that makes us unique at Aireal is that I mentioned we have nearly millimeter level precision both indoor and outdoor without any additional hardware, and it's backwards compatible on devices up to 4 years old and is platform agnostic. Now, we are the only company that offers the geospatial services by being able to remotely place content anywhere in the world instantly. To give you an example of this, when we've done work for Arsenal, we were located at our headquarters in Frisco, Texas. They told us a location where they wanted content. We entered it in our backend system, hit enter, told them to launch the application, and they could test it themselves. Now, this brings up an interesting point with the content management system that you'll learn about shortly in our future state and where the company's heading, and how we can not only make AR available for you, but for everyone as well. We offer shared experiences, meaning that people on both iOS and Android devices can look at the same content from 2 different perspectives and interact with one another. We are platform agnostic, as I mentioned, and we have those 70 metrics. Now, the direction that our company is headed is around our content management system. This will allow both the developers and non-developers the ability to create, deploy, and manage their own AR experience without ever having to write a line of code. The way that augmented reality works today is that you have to know an engineer in some capacity, whether it's a game engineer, an iOS engineer, Android, etc. You have to have somebody to help create this experience. With our content management system that we currently have in an alpha stage and we're raising capital to help bring it to market, it allows you to do all of this yourself. It removes us to have to stop being the person that helps consult with the client on what the experience is and allow them to deploy and manage it on their own. Now, I mentioned that we do have fundraising. We are currently launching a $1.5 million round that we're allocating towards that technology development. 58% of that is going towards the development of the content management system. 25% of that is going to the team. Currently, we have a team of a total of 10 people with 2 new hires this past Friday. 9 of those are engineers. Okay, so I myself still wear a lot of hats, and we're going to be delegating a lot of those hats with that 25% extra that we're hiring. Sales and marketing, bringing the word to the masses, and then also building our portfolio. We already have an expansive portfolio that is global, and we look to expand that and continue managing it as well. Now, I mentioned that our technology makes AR capable for you, but with your help, we can make it available for everybody. So I want to thank Stadia for this opportunity. It's been an amazing platform. I truly do appreciate you guys and consider you family. And I would like for all of you to take the opportunity, if you're interested, to come up to me and ask me any questions. That's the favorite part about what I do, is listening to your ideas and answering anything that you might have. Thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to talking to you soon.